Thanks for joining us on Retire Colorado with Alicia and Josh Lewis. I'm Bruce Steinbrock. It's one of our favorite parts of the show because we get to make you, our listeners, the stars of the show with our mailbag segment. And then later on, I'm going to make the stars of the show, Alicia and Josh Lewis, reveal some secrets about themselves. We're going to play Think Fast. I throw out a topic. I just want the first thing that comes to their mind. It's always a good time with Alicia and Josh. But first, let's get to the questions. First one comes from Robert in Castle Rock. Now, Robert, we're going to kind of condense the question because we want to give time to get to know you guys. But the crux of his question was, what is one thing that people often forget to plan for in retirement? They know, Robert knows you guys have been doing this for a little while. So is there a common thing that you see people forget?
Inflation, I would say right off the cuff.
I would also say health expenses.
Yeah,
I would say those
dramatically underestimate the cost of healthcare.
Yeah, those are the two biggies that, and we have those hard conversations and actually show the numbers. Like, here's what you can expect with inflation.
And to that point, too, I would also say unexpected expenses, right? Just because you're retired doesn't mean your hot water heater is not going to go out. And,
yes. Oh, my gosh.
Home ownership is expensive in general, but all of those things are still going to persist even after you turn 70, right?
Well, the transmission's going to go out on the car. The roof's going to get damaged by the storm. And just all the stuff. And isn't it amazing how you think you hit the easy button, it's retirement, and all the world becomes marshmallows and puppy dogs. Yeah. That's not happening.
I'm retired. I don't need an emergency fund because everyone thinks, I need 6 months of expenses. Well, when you're retired, it's a little bit different, but you definitely still want to have an emergency fund.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. That's good. And good question, Robert. Thanks for listening to the show and for chiming in. We're going to go to Nancy from Wheat Ridge. She says, or the crux of her question, that she and her husband have saved well for retirement. But they're wanting to know how you really help people understand about making that savings that they've made last throughout the rest of their life. I think my guess is Nancy and her husband probably been doing it yourself for a while. And now all of a sudden, or maybe the husband has, and I don't know. But somewhere along the way, they're like, does this really last the rest of our lives, or are we kidding ourselves?
Yeah, this is where I think it comes down to that conversation of you're switching from saving mode, right? You've been saving all your life to spending mode. And that's where having an intentional income plan is everything. And so again, looking at what your expenses are, your budget, looking at inflation, and then adjusting accordingly, right? Like, what's your Social Security? What's any other income that you've got coming in? What's your income gap? Where should that come from? And how is that taxable? And then based on the amount of money that you've saved, let's make sure that we've got some guaranteed income. We've got that we're not relying on the market to succeed in order to, provide you an income. Of course, we believe in the market, but we think that should be a part of your portfolio, not all of your portfolio. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot to unpack there. I think it just comes down to making sure you have a retirement plan.
Yeah, no doubt. By the way, writing in a question, all the folks who are listening and writing in, they get a copy of Peace Out, Retire into Your Go-Go Years. And Alicia and Josh will be pinning, actually, they're pretty close to putting out another book. So you'll get a book from Retire Colorado. The Peace Out, Retire into Your Go-Go Years is the one that they pinned recently, and you can get a copy just by calling and requesting it right now at 970-446-1234, or you can text the word KIT to that same number, KIT, to 970-446-1234 for your very own copy of Peace Out, Retire into Your Go-Go Years. In the kit, we'll throw in some great informational guides as well. So a lot to give you, just, again, continuing to give you knowledge so you can make the right decision for you. Michael in Superior writes, and Josh, I'm going to lean this one to you because you said earlier to Robert's question that inflation is one thing people forget about. Michael in Superior says he's much more aware of inflation over the last 3 years. I think post-COVID, a lot of folks are more in tune with inflation. explain how, so again, he's trying to dig in and figure it out, but can you explain how you factor inflation into the withdrawal plan, when you're in retirement?
Hey, Bruce, excellent question. So this is a big one. Really, when we kind of want to look at your budget, obviously some things are going to inflate, some things are not, right? If you're carrying a mortgage, hopefully that's at a fixed rate, so it's not going to go up with inflation. Anytime we look at a plan, we're going to apply about a 3.25% rate of inflation. 3.27 is actually the 112-year average. So our federal government's been tracking CPI since taxes were legalized in 1913. So we've got a significant data set there to look at. And obviously there's some peaks and valleys when you look at that over a period of time. But if we're looking at your expenses and saying, okay, reasonably speaking, about every 21 years, your expenses are going to double. So we want to factor your budget into that equation and look at, hey, when do we need to take those pay increases along the way? Obviously, some years it's going to be higher, some years it's going to be lower. But if we're looking at those expenses based on sort of this average track, I think we're pretty well covered overall. But again, kind of like you said, I think we felt it more in the last couple of years than we felt maybe the decade prior to that. So definitely having a plan to take sort of those systematic pay increases in retirement is going to help sort of avoid feeling the pinch, but also knowing that you need a proper allocation that's going to grow and outpace the rate of inflation so that you're actually going to have those real assets to use as income as, the purchasing power of the dollar decreases over a long period of time. So big part of that, though. Absolutely. So great question.
He is human Google, isn't he, Alicia?
I
Did you hear those?
you guys.
Did you hear that? 3.27 over the last 100 years, and we started keeping track in 1913. I mean, there you go.
I'm telling you.
See, I'll gain knowledge from you, Josh, but
Absorb
you are
it through
human
the
Google.
radio waves.
Exactly.
He just keeps it all up there,
osmosis.
too. It's just always up there.
All right, Judith from Timnath, I'll throw this one to you, Alicia. So she says she's 60, and she's wanting to know if there's any habits that she can develop, before she retires to really set herself up to have that comfortable retirement. And so, again, I think she's getting to that point in her career that I'm really thinking about retiring.
Yeah, I would say really live intentionally. And I say that in such a broad manner, but I would start with making sure that you're living intentionally with your budget and where your money is going and how you spend it. As you are in retirement, you'll notice how important that is. And I think a lot of times people don't live intentionally because they're like, I'm making more money than what I'm spending. It's fine. But when you get into retirement, it's not that you're on a fixed income, because that just sounds yucky, right? But it's more of like, well, you don't want to take
Seinfeld episode. She's on a very fixed income.
Yeah. So we don't want to take more money out of your portfolio that's making good interest and put it into your bank account to make nothing and then you not spend it. But on the other hand, you don't want to have not enough income and then you're feeling squeezed. So again, having that budget and knowing what you want and need to live on. So being really intentional, but as you're still working, you can save extra when you're being intentional, right? And then also, being intentional with, what you want your life to look like, intentional about your health. I mean, that's a big one. I think being healthy is everything. And if you get to retirement and you're not healthy, like what fun are you going to have? And so just again, live intentionally. It's important.
All right. Very good. And Judith, thanks so much for your question. Again, each one of our folks who wrote in will get a copy of Retire Colorado. All right, time to get to know you guys a little better. We're going to think fast. We got a couple minutes left in the show, actually about 3.5. So I'm going to just throw out a topic. I want first thing that comes to your mind. All right. Go-to karaoke song. Go, Alicia.
I don't karaoke, but if I had to, it would probably be like Tequila because
Yeah. Dun,
One-
dun, dun,
one
dun,
word.
dun,
Josh?
Yeah.
That's always a good one, right? Rodeo, Garth Brooks. That's a good one.
Okay.
Oh,
Gets the people
Actually,
going.
if you pick Sweet Caroline, everyone will sing, so you get out of
That's
singing.
drowned you out a little bit.
true.
Yeah,
Which is what
so-
you want if I'm singing karaoke.
Best vacation you've ever been on, Alicia?
Oh, I want to hear Josh's first. I already know mine,
Okay.
but
All right.
Oh, wow.
I have top two.
Yeah, we took a trip with some friends to Italy and then to Croatia.
That was mine.
Oh.
Okay.
And it was kind of our first big trip without kids, like post kids, but no kids. And
It was magic. It was so magical. So
Nice.
fun.
Yeah.
Yep, that was mine too.
That's cool. All right. Would you rather vacation in the mountains where we live now or at the beach?
I mean, I usually like to go to the beach because I'm cold-blooded. I mean, I love the mountains. I would never live at the beach, but I love vacationing at the beach.
Yeah, I'd say beach just because it's different, right? We got mountains right out our back door. So
Back door. Yeah. And the brook running out the back door and deer running by and elk. All right. What's one thing you'd never travel without, Alicia?
Snacks and a portable speaker.
I was going to say my passport and some cash, but
Okay.
And all I think about
Oh,
is
so
Mr.
snacks.
Practical.
like, if
Practical.
you got cash and get all the snacks you want.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Favorite movie of all time, Alicia?
Ooh. I don't know. This one's a hard one. I would say comedy, probably like Dumb and Dumber, which is just the best. And
Yeah,
then
slapstick comedy.
I love intense movies like the Bourne movies
Oh, yeah.
were
Mhm.
always some of my favorites.
Josh?
Legends of the Fall.
Oh, that one's a good one
Ooh.
too. Shoot.
It's long though.
It is
You got
long, but it's so
a 3-hour commit, but yeah.
Yeah.
so good.
Did you have a nickname growing up, Alicia?
Lish.
Okay. And Josh?
Louis.
Louis?
Louis. Yep.
Yeah.
On behalf of my last name.
Okay. Very good. If you won the lottery tomorrow, what's the first thing you do, Alicia?
Definitely take care of my family. And then probably go quiet for a minute.
Yeah, I was going to
Josh?
say probably call my lawyer. Nail a few things down.
Yes. But then, maybe take a minute.
If I won the lottery, you wouldn't know, but there would be signs.
Okay.
Right.
Favorite comfort food, Alicia?
French toast.
Josh?
Mashed potatoes?
Okay. Gravy on them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Last one. Morning person, night owl, Alicia?
Yes.
Both.
I'm
Okay.
both.
Josh?
Yeah, I vary a little bit.
He just
I-
likes sleep.
As I get older, I'm becoming a little bit more of a morning person, involuntarily, but not to say I'm super chipper in the morning, just saying that I wake up
You
earlier.
are up in the morning. All right.
Yeah.
So, folks, I hope you got to know Alicia and Josh a little better. If you want to get them to know them about your retirement income plan, reach out 970-446-1234. That'll wrap up today's show. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks.
You too.
You as well.